right, folks. Ian Anderson, Cory Murrell, Such Goes Disc Golf. We got the final 9 holes, the very first San Francisco Open. We got a Ricky Paul battle going down. We got Drew on the card. We got Nate on the card. We got some fun holes coming up.
We absolutely do. As far as the tournament goes, there's nothing that we could have asked for really better than this. I mean, nothing gets better than a Paul-Ricky battle at the end. It's happened so many times. You have to imagine it's going to happen so many more times. Right now, 1 stroke different after 45 holes out here at Gleneagles. But the wind is up. We got some longies. We got some shorties. There's movement out here.
Yeah, Drew's only 4 back, too. He is lurking, and he is well capable of making a lot of strokes with that ridiculous arm of his.
Absolutely.
And
especially on this one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
1,200 feet straight in front of you. There is OB left and right lining the fairway, but gosh, there is just so much room to work off the tee and on that second shot to get up here for your Eagle 3.
Yep.
We have seen a grand total of 0 for the first and second round.
Wow.
So,
Really?
shocking to me, honestly,
That
because
is.
I've been on the card for 2 during practice rounds.
Huh. Wow.
But, a little bit right side.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get one here. Obviously, Paul eagling hole 9 in our last video, so he's on a run right now.
Let's see it. That was his Star Destroyer, playing it really far to the right, which there's a right to left tail here.
Yeah, you
I
can
think
really tell, I was going to say, from those Whirlwind Disc Golf flags that Leonard put up right next to there, really gives you a good wind read.
This is mashed. Oh,
And mashed plus floaty.
why did it have to roll that far?
I don't know. And why was that spotter so excited to wave that red? He was ripping that thing.
That disc is literally an inch out of bounds.
Just shouldn't be that way.
650 feet down the fairway.
Yeah,
Misses the spot
unbelievable.
by an
So much
inch.
farther than everyone else.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Tailwinds, huh?
Yeah, tailwinds are a hell of a thing. Nate Doss has got to be a force. See how far he can force it down the fairway.
Playing that right side, probably the safe side, especially after watching how much right to left action Drew got on his.
He's like, I'm not doing that. All right, we're looking at Ricky's shot. His second one. Seems like more enforcer time.
Ooh, just bending it up the middle. A little bit too much turn, obviously, though.
And he is under that log right there.
I'm so glad we didn't move that. There was
Really?
talks that we need. Well, I mean, I like the cool little stuff like that with like moss growing over logs. It's just nice and
That's
picturesque.
a lot of work, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Paul Star Destroyer, second shot, going to try and get through these trees and attack this pin.
Ooh, if it gets right. It's shaded. Okay.
That's good.
That is solid. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're in the shade after 2, you're in business.
Yeah. Nate Doss, second shot. Ooh, this is crushed too.
That is the action you want on it. If that can miss it and just draw in.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean him and Paul right up there. A little bit longer than Paul.
Yeah, long eagle looks, but very birdie.
Hard to complain about that.
Yeah. So this is going to be Drew's third. After that, that's where his disc was. It didn't move.
I mean, come on.
Brutal. It's the opposite of Avery's day.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Avery gets the inch in, he gets the inch out.
Yep. Decent upshot from Drew. Here is Ricky's third. That went a little long in that tailwind. Kind of coasted.
I was gonna say that pushed him really. That left to right finish.
Yeah.
Flight plate exposed a little bit.
This is Doss's third. Eagle bid.
Playing the tailwind nicely, putting a lot of loft, a lot of ante on that.
And Paul for back-to-back eagles for about 60. Come on.
Ugh. Gosh, no better way really to come back from that brutal spit out on an 8 than back-to-back eagle looks, if anything.
Heartbreaker. Drew still has a birdie look despite the OB drive.
Stupid air.
Don't be stealing that line. Here's Ricky coming back for his birdie. Coming up just short right there.
It looks like the wind's blowing you over a little bit.
It was, honestly.
Yeah.
It was tough to stay steady in this stuff. Nate with a good birdie there. Coming back strong after the struggle. The bogey finishes birdie after that.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Absolutely. Man, it's wreaking havoc on our exposure here, but you cannot complain about the weather. It is an absolute gem of a day out here at Gleneagles.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Paul keeping it weight forward, keeping the disc low.
Yep. Really getting that chin out over the toes if you want to keep it low. So important, that follow through.
Paul stretching that lead to 2 strokes.
I mean, it's getting serious. There are a series of par 3s here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, all being attackable par 3s after this series of par 4s and 5s. So we could see some movement here. Having said that, it's one of those stretches where you could just get on a run and not really allow a lot of room.
Yeah, we'll see what they do for us. You saw that dogleg right. The drone flew. Paul is reaching for a Champion Rock 3. We won't talk about the stamp on it.
Never talk about the stamp on it.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that angle, though.
He does, too.
That left to right tailwind really, it doesn't allow it to spike in. It's going to just wash it right towards that basket.
Yeah. Great throw. Doss, that looks like a TI Buzz.
A little bit lower. I like the height on McBeth's more.
Yeah. It's going to give a chance for the wind to push it over there.
Yeah, but it's hard to complain about Circle's Edge.
Yeah.
A little bit outside, maybe.
I think he's got a little 40-footer or something like that. Drew going with that Roadrunner roller again.
This is the play I thought we'd see a little bit more out of these guys, but maybe with that left-to-right wind, that's why we didn't.
Yeah, fortunate to hit that tree even. I think that was going real far.
Yeah.
Is that 5's fairway out there?
It is, yeah. He would have been had an interesting lie kind of thrown straight back at it.
Yeah. Ricky, going to take the forehand line. He takes it wider than Nate does.
He definitely does. So if I was going to play the sidearm, I'd play it this high, but it's mainly lack of confidence.
In that low line that Nate's been.
Yeah, with that X-Cal, it's just so stable. You know it's not going to turn and burn.
Yep. So Drew, that roller went long. He's coming back for the birdie. I'm sure he's just trying to land that up, though. Yeah,
it's hard to say, but I assume he would be, right? But he has not really put himself in a position to score or to save that par. Excuse me.
The headwind got floaty on him. Ricky for birdie.
Wow,
Classic.
The fist pump before it's in. He knew it.
Classic Rick. Gotta love it. Nate Doss, see if he can make a circles outside the circle putt of his own, that is.
Oh, you know it.
Buddy.
Putting on the show for the crowd. Gallery approves. It's really all we can ask for in San Francisco. It's our first event in the city, first big pro event. So, ooh, a little sneaker. But, we just are so excited to have these guys out in our home turf and really just want to show.
Yep. Drew. Gonna try and save that par after everyone else cards a birdie. A really tough hole. That was smoked in there.
Yeah, that was an authority putt right there. Rick with the long one. So much loft. The thing's good 5-6 feet above the basket and lands in it.
Perfect putt.
Yeah.
So good at those. All right, Doss reeling in Drew a little bit, but McBeth and Wysocki separating from Drew there. Paul holds on to that 2-stroke lead. Hole 12, par 3, 4-4-4. Such a tough get.
Absolutely. Kind of interesting how we saw the dynamic of the tournament play out. We saw a lot of air shots during round 1. Kind of that rumor mill started turning where people were throwing rollers here. Yeah. And then we started to see half rollers during round 2. Now everyone's out here throwing rollers.
Yep.
We trimmed that grass below the tree, which really took out the roller. There was no roller play until we trimmed that.
Okay.
Now it just seems so obvious when you're standing there.
Yeah, Paul did not stand that Champion Thunderbird up enough, though. It's easy-ish par from down there at least, but he's not going to be looking at a birdie. Doss also lining up a roller, it looks like.
Yeah, there's just such a significant headwind that to hold a shape to get it to dive into that green is just so improbable.
Yeah. He looks like he's going to be hanging out with Paul down there.
A little bit closer.
It is. It's definitely better.
Yeah.
Kind of rolled up the hill for him a little bit.
Have a look.
Ricky also going roller. Interesting not to see the forehand from him.
Yeah, I think that pine tree out on the left really creates a pretty unpredictable barrier to get anything in there. But
yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot of great options off this tee if you want to birdie it, to be honest with you. So it's hard to knock anyone for any choice.
Yep. Ricky got up the hill, but not very close. Drew, this is an air shot, right?
I'm pretty positive that was going to be an air shot, but it kind of felt like halfway in between, right?
It did, yeah. But that he was not a fan of the wind after that shot.
No.
And rightfully so, man. It's so hard, especially when it's going up and down and accelerating, decelerating. It makes it a really tough.
I mean, I feel like the course is legitimate when you have 1025 rated guys and 1030 rated guys really, really struggling to get birds.
Yeah. That was Drew laying up. This is Ricky doing the same. Paul. Looks like a champ rock. Maybe a gator. Forehand upshot.
Yeah, I mean, caught a little lettuce there, but sitting there for the par. Hard to ask for anything more than that.
Yeah. Doss with the best chance for a birdie. Faded out just a little early there.
Yeah, it's one of those holes that, like, if you can get a bird on this, you're probably, one of 5 birdies in the day. I think there was five today, 7 yesterday, and not much more day 1. So an absolute bonus if you can get it.
Yeah, and Doss ending his heater there after 3 straight birdies. Paul with the eagle and then 2 birdies.
Yeah, I mean, you'll accept that as well.
Yeah, that also plays. Here's Doss throwing that roller.
Look how much commitment he's going to give to that angle.
Good huck face.
Yep, good huck face and good follow through. You can see that really keeping that angle on his shoulders bent down to the right.
All right, there
A
are
bunch
your
of threes. Not much else you can expect there, though.
You see a lot of that on that hole. Paul still 2 strokes clear of Rick. Hole 13, par 3, 347. Wind is just straight into the teeth of it on this one.
Absolutely. It just seems to really open up on this hole specifically.
It does.
With no wind, like you said in round 1, you thought this would be the easiest hole in the course.
Yeah.
Now you can understand why it's designed this way.
Not even close.
That low ceiling right by the basket, really kind of in a headwind, you almost want to throw it higher and scoop it out and around the branches rather than having to play the low tunnel shot.
Yeah, sure. Looks like an FD3 from Paul, and even then, not going to hyzer.
No thanks.
Not even an easy upshot from there.
I was going to say he's almost in layupville. That
Yeah.
the slant of the green, the slope of the green really can get punishing.
No, he's 100% laying up, but even that's not going to be an easy shot. Doss.
Here we go. Oh, golly, one little branch. I mean, if he's 6 inches lower, it's probably sitting right there.
Agreed. Ricky? Little wide, little flat.
Yeah, going to be in Paulville.
Yeah. That'll do. For a par.
Yes.
Mr. Gibson. His dad was on the bag today.
I know, it was so cool. I love that, man. His dad always comes out for the safari every year and all that stuff. So good to see a local tournament really paying dividends for him.
Ooh.
It's a great shot. And to be fair, from the tee, we all thought that might have had a chance of going.
Yeah, that had like a lot of power on it, though. In
Yes.
this headwind to throw 350, you got to be throwing 550 bills.
550 bills?
Yeah,
That's a long way.
It's a long way. It's also a lot of money. I need that much money. Paul lays up beautifully. Ricky, ooh, he's gonna run this.
Good basket.
Gutsy run though.
Gutsy run, and you could tell he's amped up, man. His adrenaline's flowing. He wanted it.
Ricky, true to his name. If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
He wants that win. Doss gives that good bid, tough one into that headwind. Drew put himself on the right side of the basket too.
Absolutely, with a little tailwind putt.
Gets a stroke on the card right there. After losing one a couple holes ago.
Yep. Yeah, making that up from hole 11. Really good work. We saw the one birdie yesterday by Avery. I mean, it's true to form, probably 2.75 average. Probably played a little bit worse than that in the overall field, but we can see Drew here just laying into this, what I assume is a stable destroyer.
There's Jeff Panis doing some social media.
Yeah, Steve Hill too.
Oh, yeah.
Harper Alexander in the back.
There's your solid birdie from Drew. McBeth still 2 strokes.
Always thrown Innova and competed with Innova. I don't think I'd be playing this sport if it wasn't for creating the disc itself and then just taking it to the next level over and over and over again. How great the discs are themselves. It's really gained my trust, and I don't think I would be here without Innova. I don't see myself doing anything else.
All right, we're back for the final 5 holes, but not without thanking MVP for getting us out here and Innova for being the presenting sponsor of the inaugural San Francisco Open.
Absolutely. So excited they wanted to jump on board. Really that West Coast swing of Masters Cup, San Francisco Open and Beaver State.
Yeah.
Innova's big West Coast presence.
Yep, some great tourneys in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hole 14 is a straight shot, or there also is a sneaky hyzer if you're feeling like it. Drew going KC Rock, hoping to get that flip and that headwind.
He isn't going to find that, and that is going to slide out of bounds.
That's OB over there?
That cart path
no.
and beyond does play out of bounds. Maybe could have been confused by the stringing and roping of the greens and hazard, so that is actually double OB. No, I'm just kidding, totally. But we got aggressive and we just strung it all.
Wow. It looks like an FD3 forehand from Paul. It's a miss for him, but it's a good miss.
Absolutely. Right is the good side to be. The hill does slope down on that left. This is the shot that Leonard was kind of predicting they'd throw.
Was he really? Okay.
He was. Well, he was more
it seems like the obvious play.
Asking if people were going to throw.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just kind of curious about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rick going Felon here. Good choice.
Flipping it up into that wind, but not as much flip as he was hoping for.
No, obviously you want it a little bit flatter than that, and that wind's trying to pull it back as well.
Yeah. So Drew throwing 3 here, Cory, huh?
Yep, throwing 3 and just not where you want to be. Well, give it a chance, but this is a 2-hole, so taking a 4, pretty far from ideal.
Ricky for birdie. Chance to gain a stroke on Paul with how tough these putts are looking. And Ricky dropping one of the all-time best lines after walking back to his cart says, "Stupid air." I died.
Oh, wow. Into the headwind, riding it the entire way.
Good.
It's a good stop by the basket, man. That thing was going to keep on coasting.
Great catch. And Doss with a very nice drive.
Very nice drive, very good too, but really the story is Paul's going to be pulling away by 3 strokes at this point with 4 to go. Granted, one of those is the island holes, which is a real easy to have a 2-stroke swing. So not out of the woods yet, but I mean, the birdies are just tough to come by. The wind is just really hard to read out here.
They really are. It's tough to throw and it's tough to putt in. Let's see what they can do. 18 is a difference maker too, though.
Absolutely. There is OB abound. And gosh, McBeth shooting the 7 down. Grady Shue actually came in with, at this point, he was done with his round shooting an 8 down. So he currently had the hot round, which, golly, is good in this wind.
Isn't it? Although he did have the advantage of playing a little earlier.
He did. I wasn't going to talk about the previous 2 rounds, but unfortunately did play a few hours before these guys.
Slightly less wind, hopefully.
Slightly less wind.
Yep.
But let's see how they can play this big left to right 465-foot sidearm.
Good tailwind going. So again,
yep.
Don't gotta throw it super, super hard if you're these guys anyway. Paul with his Star Destroyer. Oh, I didn't realize it rolled through the hazard.
It did, and it rolled right back. The gallery was pretty tense there.
Rightfully so. This looks like a buzz shot from Mr. Doss.
Yeah, with the tailwind, if you can get it on angle, I mean, it'll ride it all the way down.
He's having Simon problems here, going too long with the mid-range.
Opposite Paul treatment. It skidded through everything except the bunker.
Right in a nook of hazard, too, you know? Ricky going to go probably an enforcer forehand.
Yeah, I like this. I like the low swing it back in play, but he is going to have some work to do. He is what looks to be outside the circle, maybe 34 feet, 35.
That's a putt you got to think about.
It absolutely is. 3. Oh, my God. Down goes Drew.
But still working.
Yeah. Disc is stable, turns out.
Is that Paige Pierce over there?
Probably.
With Alyssa? I think it is.
Yeah. She was hanging around. We had matching 70 to 200 lenses. It was actually kind of funny.
Here's Drew. You just can't run that putt.
Nope.
If you have any sense about you.
Nope.
And Drew does.
And Paul said, really before he even threw the shot, he said, if it's within 15 feet, I'm putting it. Anything else, I'm laying it up.
It's nice to have that decision made for you already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
3 strokes will do it to you.
So Doss on his 3rd lays up for the 4. Paul, like he said, he's just going to lay this up, especially with a 3-stroke lead at this point.
And notice how he laid it up to the right side of the basket.
Tailwind.
Yep. You do not want to put that straight up into a headwind.
And that's what Ricky's going to try and do here for the 2.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to run that putt, right?
Yeah. And he got her on that one, too.
No.
Rolled out. Here he is putting for bogey.
Oh, gosh. Things are devolving.
I expected him to really make that one. When's the last time you saw a Ricky Wysocki 4-putt, man?
Never, maybe?
I don't even know if I've ever seen one.
And he kept having that syndrome of, like, FEMA. You know what I mean? I'm still out. I'm still out.
Yeah, he was Sisyphusing pretty hard right there.
Yeah.
That one hurt to watch, man. I'm sure it wasn't hurting Paul, though.
No, I'm sure he was not sweating that. Now he's got a big smile on his face. He's got 5 with 3 to go.
Wow.
Granted, 16 is a 2-stroke swinger.
It is.
But we just saw a 2-stroke swing there. So, that's all we can hope for.
Yeah. Here is Drew. And despite this slip, still gets out a pretty mean forehand.
Yeah, you can see his left foot just fly right out from under him there.
Falling with grace.
Yeah.
Falls a lot better than I do.
This is true. I usually just sacrifice it, go down an Adrian Beltre. Just go to a knee.
There are some bogeys there for double for Ricky, the single for Dawson, some pars for Drew and Paul. Island hole, Cory.
This is the island hole really in its final form. That right to left wind is going to make it so precarious on these guys. Really takes away the straight up the middle shot and forces either the sidearm, which is going to kind of give a little nose down into the green, or you can play it off for the right side, way right, and have the wind just draw you all the way back.
Yeah. Paul looks like the FD3 backhand. Lands inbounds. Whoa. It went right between those barriers.
Slipped right through the keen wall.
Who stacked those the wrong way?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Amateurs is who did it.
It was you, wasn't it?
It was not me. It was there before I got here.
All right. Drew. Whoa.
Look at those flags.
They are hucking. Just did not want to simmer in that wind despite how close he put it. Das looks like a wasp. You need to go right at that tree.
You absolutely do. I mean, obviously, I don't think that was intentional.
No.
It was a little bit of a misrelease, but the second you see it missing that, it ain't coming back.
Felon from Ricky? What do you think?
I'm thinking so. Felon or like a lucid criminal, I guess we'll probably see right now. No indication.
Yep. But it's close.
It's very close, and that's even far enough away to be tricky in this wind.
Mm-hmm. So Paul, I'm not going to try and Simon this thing. He's going to lay it up.
It was so funny, too. Brian Guy's like sprinting over here, trying to get in position to get the slow-mo, and then they just 2 pure layups.
Doss the layup as well. Drew's going to give us a bid for the birdie into this. Look at that.
No fun, we'll call it. I love it. He put like 1 degree of power on that.
Uh-huh. That was a great bid, though. Ricky for a 2-stroke swing right here. Take Paul's lead back to 3. Get it, Rick.
Good putt.
Nice putt, man.
Gosh, it's one of those putts that really makes you think maybe we should have laid it up on the last hole. You know, there's no way to predict this.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
but
he was pushing maybe a little too hard, it turns out.
Yeah.
We'll see. Still got 2 big holes left.
Yeah, I mean, granted, you could gain a stroke right here on 17, and if you're within 2 on 18, you'd never know what could happen. That OB left, the OB all the way around the pin. It's so relevant on both of the shots.
That second shot is especially sketch on 18. There's Ricky with that perfect forehand of his. As Drew and the gang looks on. I jacketed it up at this point. It was getting windy.
You're so San Diego.
I so am. I'm so soft. All right, there is a now 3-stroke lead for Paul after it was 5 a second ago. On to hole 17, par 3, 442. Really, really uphill. See a lot of rollers or big boy air shots if you got them.
Absolutely. Really fits into that bonus category, kind of like hole 4, kind of like hole 7. This one I would say is a little bit more reachable than those 2, a little bit more birdieable, but definitely not one that people are chalking up as a 2 and they, theorize about their round.
Yep. Ricky looks he's gonna throw
probably half. I mean, I feel like he was, I don't know, halfway between a roller and an air shot. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The release looked like it was on a roller release, but it just didn't have that angle.
I wonder if the wind wasn't really letting it flip or something.
Honestly, there's a pretty heavy left to right headwind, and any sort of roller or anything on the angle, it's just going to wash the bottom of the disc out and keep it from either flipping up or, holding flat.
Yep. Drew with a monster air shot. Still not super close, though. McBeast going Star Destroyer. This looks good.
Looks good.
Oh, my goodness.
I was going to say, not quite enough angle. Really trying to ride that wind.
He's just outside the circle. Maybe circle 2.
Yeah, about circle 2's edge, I mean,
Yeah.
which is, gosh, hard to complain about on this hole.
Yeah. Nate Doss.
Humping it up. I believe that's his only shot over 70 miles on the round. That's chalking in at 71.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So Ricky going to try and salvage a par after that thrower.
He's up there, but he's pretty close to circle's edge.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow. Nate Doss. Maybe they give this a half bid or a full bid. No, he's just
Hey,
like
we saw James Proctor hit it from farther away earlier.
He did. Drew. Just lays up smartly as well.
Yeah, it's position golf for these guys at this point. They know Paul's pretty far ahead, and really Ricky's the only one that's catchable at this point.
Yeah. There's Paul in it for par. Ricky going to try and save his. Keep Paul's lead at 3. Going into the final hole where anything can happen.
God, Ian getting blown away in the wind here a little bit.
It was moving me.
Yeah.
Good putt from Ricky, though. Saves his par. Drew drops in super quick style. Paul's got a little bit of work here left to do. No worries, though.
No. That's a good kind of work. Tapping in a 3 to go win your tournament right here.
Yep. Hopefully, anyway. Doss with a par as well. There's Drew's dad on the bag, carrying that pound bag.
Most comfortable bag in disc golf.
That's right, sir. There's a Doss bomb. That force of his.
I love the tree in the middle of the fairway, or in the middle of the tee pad.
I was thinking about
I
that.
hated it at first. It
Did you
looks
really?
so silly, but it really forces these guys to make a decision.
It does. So there we got Paul with 3-stroke lead. We're on to our last hole, hole 18 par 719. Starts out pretty flat and then gradually gets more and more uphill as you approach this pin, which is surrounded by OB and hazards and shenanigans.
Shenanigans. The shenanigans being Heckler's Ridge,
Yeah.
right up on that right side. Just an absolutely stunning scene as you're coming up 18 to have that ridge completely full of spectators as well as the fairway. Really just, really the moment we dreamed up right here, this hole.
Yep.
That shot, maybe not what we dreamed up. That is unfortunately going to find that right side out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. That's going to make it real tough for...
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kind of come back to happen. Drew Gibson's going to rip out one more ridiculous bomb for us.
Ooh, slow or go. One of the two. Missed that crater.
He's past it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good 475 probably down that hill. That's a crush.
Yeah. Into this headwind. Unbelievable. Paul?
Going with
Look
that.
at it. Look at it. See that dance in the wind?
Huh?
Dance where he didn't want to.
Yeah, I guess that's why you put the crater there, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a good
It's pretty-
collector.
Pretty well placed.
So he'll be throwing 3 from down there, but Ricky will also be throwing 3 from the right-hand side OB. Nate Doss, force pull per the huge. It's drifting right. And it'll play.
Yeah, it checked up a little bit. I mean, he's going to have a tough upshot ahead of him, though.
He is. Here's his second shot attacking this ridiculously guarded green.
Oh, it was tracking for a sec. You wanted a little bit more left to right, though, in the air.
It almost fought out.
I know.
Yeah.
I love how the bunkers here have that wall, a little bit of a wall there. So if
Yeah.
it gets in, it's tough for it to get out.
Yep. Ricky's, he's not messing with any hazards again. He's gonna go mess with some hecklers.
Gallery approved.
Uh-huh.
So the final form of this course, I think, involves a lake right here with a fountain. What do you think?
Oh, dig it.
Right?
Yeah.
Put it over the top.
Paul's third shot.
I was so confused why he didn't just lay it up short of the green and lay it up in there.
Oh.
If he goes into the sand there, I mean, Eagle's sitting at 17 down. That's finished.
That's true.
So he told me, though, I'm just going to throw it up there. Even if I go into the bunker, I'm still going to lay it up. He
Yeah.
still had those strokes to play with.
He did,
so.
yeah. Great shot by Drew.
Yeah,
That's looking at a birdie. Nice way to finish your tournament.
absolutely, especially on a hole like this.
Ricky coming back for the par save. At least it's sat.
It did sad, but unfortunately, Ian, that was the putt to take sole possession, or to tie, actually.
Oh, really?
For second place.
Oh, man.
So that is, unfortunately, going to drop him to 16 down,
Third.
1 stroke behind Eagle, who finished at 17.
Wow. Paul smartly laid up. Doss gave that a bid. He'll take his 5. Drew for birdie.
Yeah. No
Good
change
finish.
necessary. Just throw it in the bin.
I know, right? He's going to clean up, and then Paul will come and drop in to be your first ever San Francisco Open champ.
Yep. I mean, really all we could have asked for and more out of this event. Ran as smooth as any event I've ever been to, and just kudos to Sean Jack and the entire SFO team.
Yep, that's your TD right there in red, Sean Jack.
And your winner of the inaugural San Francisco Open, Mr. Paul McBeth.
And congrats to Paul, Cory.
Absolutely. He said his goal for the weekend was to go 7-7-7 each round. He got 7 first round, 7 second round, and if he would have birdied this hole, he would have had 7 this round too. So laying up, taking the 5, and maybe putting the goal out of hope, but Sean is going to win the over-under set at 20.
All right, nice. There is your top 10. Simon playing pretty well from the third card as well.
Yeah, shooting 6 down on this layout, no joke. Obviously have to give it up to Grady Shue, who did shoot the 8 down, 1070 rated hot round of the day.
Nice.
Unfortunately, not quite hot enough to make his way up into the top 10, but big shout out to Eric Oakley. Didn't really play the greatest round 2, but shot that 8 down, in round 2 to put himself up into contention.
Yeah.
A lot of good names out there, though. Greg Barsby, the pseudo local, kind of that NorCal guy. Josh Anthem, obviously Sacramento guy. A lot of NorCal scene up here at the top.
Big Germ.
Big Germ making an appearance.
Double G with
Didn't
some
have the
solid
greatest GBO performance, but good to see him out here.
Yeah.
Really capitalizing on a course that I think suits him well.
For sure. All right, Cory. That's all we got for the San Francisco Open.
Please don't say that, because I need more days of this. I'm so sad that it's over. We've been planning so long, and just to see this event come and go so well, run so smooth, I just couldn't be more excited. Really, not only to continue the tour this year, but to come back to this next year and the year after that and the year after that.
Yeah, it's a great start. I'm sure they'll build on it. Thanks for watching the San Francisco Open. Up next for our next day coverage, we got Beaver State Flame coming up.
Ooh, so excited.
My hometown. Love it. It's always a good watch. Thanks for watching San Francisco. We'll catch you in Oregon.